Oh, that wasn't supposed to happen. Welcome. So, what's in this ugly box? Well, this is a door chime, 2-note in the key of B, I think, made of solid oak. Look at that. So, let's dig it out, shall we? This is by Heath Zenith, Kentucky. 2008, and yeah, I picked this up because well, one, it was interesting, and two, I thought I might be able to get it going on just some regular batteries. This is actually designed for 16 volts AC because you're supposed to wire this into your house, but I thought well, it's just electromagnets in there. Here they are, 2 of them. Maybe I can get this running on batteries. There's not much to it. This mounts to your wall, and then the this nice looking thing hangs on top of it to hide it away from prying eyes, and it looks a little more like it's part of your house then. Oh look, there's a anti-theft strip in there. So let's get rid of all this other junk. Maybe we'll keep this around just in case. So I don't think there's anything in here. We have the 2 electromagnets on this side and the screws where your wires go, and the chimes here. This one's popped off somehow, off the little rubber dealie. Maybe we can get that back on there. The key to its function is having that mounted properly, so give me a moment and we'll see if we can sort this out. Of course, this is doing it the hard way. Okay, so I teased that through with this. I didn't think I'd need my lock ring pliers, and they're elsewhere, so at least we got it done. Okay, so I found these batteries today. I think that's supposed to say Camelion, but all I can see is Camelion. So that's what I'm going to call them. Now, 9-volt batteries are quite expensive. Usually you pay about $8, $9. The 2 of these were $2. So they must be pretty impressive. We're going to need a selection of these, and let's get the batteries open, shall we? Okay, there's one of those on the back. Wonderful. Don't make me get the carabiner with a knife on it out. At last. Okay, oh, and they're... Get out of there. They're wrapped in plastic. Look at that. I think we'll probably want both of them. All right, we got our 2 batteries. We got our little terminals here, and we have selection of cables. I found my red and black ones, so let's see if we can get this wired up in some sort of fashion. Now I did actually test this before starting the film, so I'm not exactly going to be surprised by the result here. Let's put the white one in the middle. What will be interesting is to see how much voltage is actually needed to drive these, like whether a AA, for instance, which is 1.5 volts, to see how that compares to a 9 volt like this. I figured a 9 volt would have a nice punch to it. This side controls this chime, and this side controls that chime, and then the one in the middle is the bridge between the two. All right, so let's see what we get here. The top one. Nice. And the bottom. Oh. Nothing, hey? Isn't that interesting? This battery appears to be shot. That's what I get for $2, I guess. You're joking, right? Oh, there we go. It says it's got 9 volts in there. Well, let's just remove that from the equation for now. Now, you'll notice that it's not hitting as it should. It's stopping short of the chime. Probably because it's not getting... Oh wow, look at that. Now it doesn't want to do it at all. I sense a pattern here. It's obvious that 9 volts DC is not adequate to drive this thing. However, it's proven my concept that it will at least run on DC power. What's it saying on there? Oh, these are expired. Well, while I'm thinking about that, here's my stash of springs. These came in a pack from Princess Auto. You can get, yes, packets of springs if you look. Presumably they're universal for something. But we got all kinds of them here. These nice kind of hair-like ones, and whoops, larger. Let's see if this does anything. I happen to have a Bunnergizer here. Oh, look at that. So, the Camelions let me down. Well, what do you know? What do you get for $2, eh? All right, well, back they go over here. The Bunnergizer is going to do it for us. But for how long? Well, it only has to be a short while. We get the rear chime. And the front. That was a good one. Alright, so on to part 2 of my experiment. I have these springs, as I showed you. Do some weird things with them here. Put them on there like so. Well, let's just try that one for now. See if it does anything. 1, 2, 3. Not really the effect I was looking for. What about this guy? This could be interesting. 3, 2, 1. It's interesting, but it's not amazing, is it? We're just going to go all out here. If nothing else, we're changing the frequency of the bar just by adding all this extra stuff. Alright, that's a goodly amount. One more. There we go. Alright, here we go. Let's see what this sounds like. Okay, let's take a few off. Maybe we'll just leave them in the middle there. A little bit heavy, I think. Oh dear. Well, there's 1 or 2 more things I want to try before I pack this experiment up for the night. I've got this biscuit tin lid here We'll try sitting that gently there so that it contacts the chime. Let's see what happens. Well, it's not that interesting, is it? But it occurred to me that it might be cool to see how it sounds with the tin over top. As over top as we can get it. It resonates for quite a while, doesn't it? And what about this guy? It's meant to go over top of it. I'm not sure, it's hollow at one end, so it probably, if we put it this way, then the chime sound has to come out the bottom. Let's try that. Not much difference, I don't think. Having ones I could stretch across the two would be interesting, but unfortunately none of these are really long enough or stretchy enough. But let's try that anyhow. There's someone at the door. Chaos theory in action here. It's actually kind of cool just dampen down like that. Oh well, I think I've proven my point. It's got potential. A good strong 9-volt battery seems to run it just fine. You might want a little more voltage if you wanted to get it louder, and avoid Camelion batteries. You could obviously take the chimes off and have these hit other things. I think it's designed so that when you press the button, you hear this one. When you take your finger off the button, you hear this one. So it would go. So I wonder if we can replicate that. So to operate it properly, let's try. How cool is that? Well, I've pretty much run out of ideas for this experiment as it stands. There's lots of possibility for these electromagnets, or indeed the unit as a whole. Hooking it up in such a way that there are momentary switches to activate the two chimes. Maybe some augmentation where something contacts the chimes, dampens them, etc. I'll have to think on that, and that'll be another day's project. But yeah, I'm glad I picked this up, and I'm glad that I was able to get it running on 9-volt batteries. Might even try something like running them in series. I think I tried earlier and it didn't really do much good, but that was using these Camelions. Dear, super heavy duty they ain't. Thanks for watching, and see you next time.